1. Don Bradman, Australia, Tests 52, runs 6,996, average 99.94, 129, highest score 334. The Great Don. Finishing with an average that has become the most well-known sports record, Bradman's aura made him a benchmark in the world of cricket, with every other legendary batsman being measured against this charismatic Australian. By transcending the game that he played, Bradman achieved the pinnacles in the world of sports with his superhuman stats, stamping himself as the epitome of human success. 2. Sachin Tendulkar, India, Tests 188, runs 15,470, average 55.44, 151, highest score 248, not out. He was India's savior, the go-to man when in distress. Solely shouldering the responsibility of the mass Indian population for 2.5 decades, Tendulkar's greatness lay beyond the record books and his logic-defying consistency. As the years and decades rolled by, Tendulkar, who had faced Wasim and Walker in Faisalabad as a shy 16-year-old, started stamping his authority in every country, against every bowler, soon becoming his nation's identity and pride. The colossal Tendulkar defied Akhtar's pace and Warne's wizardry with elan, emerging as one of the greatest that the world has witnessed. Better than the Don? The jury is still out on that one. 3. Sir Jack Hobbs, England, Tests 61, runs 5,410, average 56.94, 115, highest score 211. The original master of cricket, Hobbs was a pioneer of the sport, introducing a number of shots to his armory. Sans professional coaching, Hobbs was the first batsman to average over 50 in Test cricket and the first cricketer to be knighted by the Queen. With 199 centuries in competitive cricket and 7 Test centuries after the age of 40, including 100 at 46, Sir Hobbs remains a pivotal influence for modern-day batsmen. 4. Sir Walter Hammond, England, Tests 85. Runs 7,249, average 58.45, 122, highest score 336. Not out. Sir Walter Hammond's greatness can be summed up by the fact that he was constantly compared and contrasted with Don as the greatest batsman of the pre-war era. Sharing a parallel career with Bradman, Hammond shared a riveting rivalry with the Australian, especially after he broke his world record by scoring 336 runs. The highest individual Test score. Widely accepted as England's best batsman with 22 centuries, which was only recently overhauled by Alistair Cook, Hammond held the world record for the most Test runs at the time of his retirement. 5. Brian Lara, West Indies, Tests 131, runs 11,953, average 52.28, 134, highest score 400. Not out. Faced with the uphill task of reviving the fortunes of West Indian cricket after it had threatened to plunge into the abyss, Brian Lara had the dual duty of replicating the brilliance that had been set by the likes of Sobers, Richards, and George Headley. Following in the footsteps of his proven compatriots, Lara not only matched them with his consistent display of scores but also carved a niche for himself away from their shadows. Ending his career with 2 first-class scores in excess of 400. The Trinidadian provided the audience with a glimpse of the power that West Indies cricket once boasted of. 6. Sir Garfield Sobers, West Indies, Tests 93, runs 8,032, average 57.78, 126, highest score 365. Not out. Combing an envious batting technique with the unmistakable brash Caribbean flair, Sir Garfield Sobers remains the greatest all-rounder to have played the game. The left-hander, who was as proficient on the offside as he was while picking up his 235 wickets, was the first batsman in history to hit 6 sixes in an over against Malcolm Nash, holding the world record for the highest individual score in Tests after he scored 365 in just his 14th match. Sobers stood out from the West Indian team of legends who would go on to conquer the cricketing arena in the upcoming decade. 7. Jacques Kallis, South Africa, Tests 150, runs 12,260, average 57.02, 141, highest score 224. If world cricket was a museum and all the cricketers were priceless artworks, then Jacques Kallis would be this museum's Mona Lisa, priceless and one in a billion. This quote aptly sums up the aura of Jacques Kallis, the most consistent, beyond perfect all-rounder that the world has seen. With a fixed determination that warded off all distractions, Kallis was awarded with the most Man of the Match awards in the history of Test cricket. He remained a delight to the eyes, the classical and conventional unsung hero, whose feats often got lost in the midst of Ponting's aggression or Tendulkar's divinity. 8. Sir Vivian Richards, West Indies, Tests 121, runs 8,540, average 50.23, 124, highest score 291. Viv Richards, with his inane tendency to thwart the bowling attack all over the park, earmarked a name for himself as the most intimidating and dominating batsman that the bowlers had faced, long before the likes of Sehwag and Gilchrist entered the arena. With pitch-perfect timing and an attitude that exuded gallons of confidence, the batsman from the Caribbean, till date, is counted as the most feared cricketer of all generations. 9. Sunil Gavaskar, India, Tests 125, runs 10,122, average 51.12, 134, highest score 236. Long before Tendulkar captured the imagination of the Indian sphere, Gavaskar treaded the path to stardom, inspiring a nation to rub shoulders with the giants in the game. The first player to score 10,000 test runs, Gavaskar's mode of play centered on a near-flawless technique with unmatched concentration levels. They say, to be the best, one has to have high standards against the best in the business, an area where Gavaskar flourished in. 2,749 runs at an average of 65 with 13 centuries against the mighty West Indies of the 70s and 80s, also dubbed as the best team to have ever played Test cricket, tells its own tale. 10. Greg Chappell, Australia, Tests 87, runs 7,110, average 53.86, 124, highest score 247. Not out, missing 2 years of international cricket, after joining the Rebel World Series cricket, might have prevented him from being called Australia's best batsman after Bradman, but Greg Chappell with awe-dropping records still makes it to our list of the top 10 batsmen of all time, piping Ricky Ponting. Playing against bowlers like Michael Holding, Colin Croft, and Joel Garner, Chappell remained a hostile competitor, setting the stage for an aggressive breed of Australian players who would go on to reign world cricket. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share for amazing videos like this.